Alright. In 3, 2, 1. Alright. Alright.
Gotta learn from my mistakes, so I rewound it. Been going through it, cause there's no way around it. From the pavement, they can see we sprouted. Don't start power tripping, they call me the power outage. Something bad at rainy days, things up in disarray. Tough times never last, I'ma show you this a way. If it's true, then you will never have to shout it. Sit down, and let's talk about 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 it. Yeah, sit down, and let's talk about it. Sit down, and let's talk about it. Sit down, and let's talk about it.
Welcome to another episode of Controversy. We are back here again, and had to take some time, you know what I'm saying? So last episode you guys saw, I had the blessing and the excitement and the joy to have my best friend and my brother up here on my podcast, and we are back in the footprint, right? We're back from Kansas, and it was amazing, right? So I gotta be real. Weather was amazing, and then it turned crazy out there. So this episode, we're kind of going to bring it back to here, and we're going to talk a little bit more, right? So I want to take a quick second, right? You may see some changes coming. You may see some new things coming into the fold. I'm really looking forward to the dropping of the podcast, but I'm going to develop some sort of like a travel kit, right? So that's what I came up with while I was in Kansas visiting. And I think what I need to do is build something so that the next time I go somewhere, we're doing this the right way, right? It was pretty cool. Appreciate them for letting me use their equipment that they had there to ensure that the podcast happened. But expect some new things coming, and expect some more guests to start flowing through, right? So starting with this one, we are back again, man. We are here today, and this one is actually going to be called Faith Without Filters, right? So when I was talking to somebody the other day, they were telling me about how my podcast is a lot of faith-based conversation in here. Well, I want to be transparent. My podcast is an open podcast. The difference is I'm not hiding my faith anymore, right? Before I was afraid to talk about how I was a Christian. Before I was afraid to talk about how much I believed in God. Before it wasn't openly accepted as much. But to be honest with you, because I've gotten closer and better, I'm openly talking about it. Hey, listen, if my faith and my religion and my beliefs make you uncomfortable, hey, the exit is of that way. And I am still going to be here. I'm still going to talk about my God. I'm still going to speak on how great He is. I'm going to speak on how great the people that are influencing or inside of my life is, right? So I appreciate everybody that sits in, that listens in. But I also kind of want to get into some of the discussion points, right? Number one thing that most people are doing nowadays, which is crazy, and I see it all the time, man, there are a lot of young generation, we call y'all Gen Zers, and different groups of people that are openly now just talking about how they believe in God, right? So you always hear me talking about Coach Prime, but you also hear me talk about Mr. Ray Lewis. Like, you hear me talk about those two individuals. They have openly talked about how great God is in their life and how He steered them in the right direction. But just today, while I was having lunch, and while I was having dinner after in the gym getting them gains, because y'all see it, don't act like you don't. Don't act like you don't, right? After I was getting them gains, I went and grabbed some dinner with a friend, and me and my boy was just sitting in there. And it's crazy how we were talking about, just in general, how life has stirred us, how we've directed each other, or how life has directed each of us to go a different path. But for me, my path has just been a lot connected to God, and like the direction of how I'm going to be a better person because of my relationship with God. But then I had a random conversation with a dude, and one thing that I did that I'm very proud about, which doesn't directly associate with my faith, but I removed drinking out of my life. And I met this guy, and this guy was talking to me about how he doesn't drink anymore. And then my friend with me doesn't drink anymore, or drink as much as he used to, because it's important. And it shows consistency, and it's impressive that someone like that speaks about that openly. And the reason why I connect that is because some people wouldn't talk about not drinking because it's not popular, right? And then what you got to think about when you talk about your faith, it's not always popular. It's not always the thing that someone wants to hear about. Not everybody wants to hear about God, especially people that don't believe, right? Not everybody wants to hear about the good things that are being provided in your life, because some people love to live in misery. Some people love to sit in that, and they love to dwell in that. But modern day culture, especially social media, doesn't always praise God. They tend to steer away or try and lead to something else. But what I'm seeing is an influx of influencers, right? You know how Kevin Hart said, Cat Williams said, you can be an influencer and influence nothing. But some of them openly speak about God is with them, protecting them, making sure that they are taken care of and covered, not just in the physical realm, but in the spiritual realm. So also, if you go to different churches, right? A lot of the churches don't realize this. If you want to get to the younger audience, you got to change the way you're delivering that message. And I love to always talk about how I like to adjust my message based on how I'm trying to deliver it, right? So if I don't care about how that message is supposed to be delivered, guess what? You getting that USPS mail, right? You getting it delivered however the way it get there, right? It's going to get there, but it may not get there in the timeline that it's delivered or expected to be delivered, but it's going to get there. But if I truly, genuinely care about how I'm going to deliver, I'm going to do an Amazon delivery. I'm going to make sure I put it nice and neat, most of us, on the floor mat or the doormat. I'm going to make sure I take a nice little picture. I'm going to send you a message saying, hey, your package has been delivered. Hey, just to make sure, if you want to know, here's when the rest of your packages are coming. Here, we're about 10 stops away if you want to meet me at the crib. Like, that's how I'm going to deliver the message. I'm going to deliver with care and all of that. And some of the cultures of the churches that people are trying to reach out to different groups of people, like they're not hitting the mark. They're not, because they're still trying to teach the old school way. And they're still trying to get to the newer generation, teaching the old school style, the old school songs, the songs that go on for like the extra drum, the extra, like that's not going to get this new generation that is sporadic. Whatever's new, they're trying to catch on to it. But what I do love is this new generation wants to learn. They want to get out there. They want to learn about Jesus. They question things. They ask about their faith. They ask about religion. And they want to know. But if you're not willing to give some answers and you're not open to it, this new culture is not gonna receive you. But the beautiful thing is this faith. If you truly believe in it, you got no filters, and it should come without filters, and you should wear it on your chest. I wear my necklace, both the one that my brother gave me and my mother gave me, on me all day, and I'm covered all day because I have their blessings, right? So something or a key point that's on here, because I got my chat GPT questions, but I stay with it. Phrases like "too blessed to be stressed," right? So my mom says, I'm too blessed to be stressed and too cute to think about it, right? For me, because she's always going to say that, I say I'm blessed and highly favored, right? And my brother says that too, right? And whenever somebody tells me or asks me how I'm doing today, I say I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm living the dream and I'm blessed, right? Because every day when you speak that into existence, somebody else be like, hey, you are blessed. And then they start to think, well, he was really positive, he was really nice. And then their day starts to go in a positive manner. Hopefully, right? We can't speak for everything, but hopefully their day goes in a positive manner. But I've seen it firsthand when somebody has essentially been like, hey, I've never heard that before. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I appreciate you for saying that. Today's episode is sponsored by Braids by Carrie. Are you ready to elevate your crown and step into your power? Well, with Braids by Carrie, every strand is styled with precision, passion, and purpose. From the protective styles to bold head turning looks, Braids by Carrie blends artistry with expertise, making sure that you leave that chair feeling confident, beautiful, handsome, and unapologetically you. Whether it's your first time or it could be your next masterpiece, you can trust Carrie to deliver more than just a look. She delivers an experience. Contact her today, and you can find her contact information in the bio. And as usual, let's grow together. So the next part is some people like to stay in silent, right, or in silence, and that's not helping nobody, right? You can't suffer in silence by yourself because there's people out there, right? In this faith and in this life, right, you have the opportunity to connect and build with other people. So when it comes to connecting with God, He wants you to reach one and teach one. So when you suffer in silence, when somebody is speaking about their faith, sometimes it touches you. And sometimes it brings people out of a dark place where they might be going. So when you speak positively and you speak your faith out loud, sometimes you might influence a person in a positive manner, right? So something I definitely wanted to talk about was the second discussion point, which is faith in the midst of doubt, right? Something that I try to do every day is remember that God got me, right? And God is first, right? And as long as God got me, I ain't worried about nothing else, right? And it's helped me every day. I don't take anything too serious. I'm able to check myself. I'm able to regulate myself. I'm able to show emotional intelligence and not allow the devil to influence a lot of the things that I say. I'm not the end all meet all when it comes to religious knowledge. I don't know everything that comes in the Bible. I don't understand everything that's in the Bible. But what I do understand is that God got me. And I know He's protected me for 33 years, now going on 34. And then plus the 9 months I was in my mom's womb, right? So when I tell you, like, speaking that into existence, it really changes the complexity of your day, right? So when I think of it, I think of like a conversation I had today with one of my mentors who I consider my uncle. The first time we ever met was in North Carolina. And one of the things he expressed to me was he was a religious man. And he was a married man. And his wife challenged him. His wife challenged him to truly get back into the Bible. Get back into knowing what this book meant, right? Get back into understanding what is inside of it, and the vowels and everything that was connected to it. And to see a man I respected like that bring that forth and openly talk about it as a black man, I was like, yes, thank you. Because I needed to see more black men like that. And as I've grown, and as I've gotten older and had more mentors, seeing them be openly expressive about their religion and how it has gotten them into the right place or stirred them out of the dark shadows when they had doubts has only made me feel better about what I'm doing, right? Knowing that I'm getting in the right place of mind, knowing that me reaching up to God, praying to God, talking to Him, not in my times of needs, but in my times of praise, has helped me get through dark times, get through light positive times and get through even great moments. Because sometimes we only call on him when stuff gets hard. And he knows that, right? And we're human, so we make mistakes. But when you praise him when times are good, just understand the feeling is even better, right? So moving on to the third part, which really it translates easily. The beauty of unfiltered belief, right? When you are openly true to who you believe in your religion and what your faith is, there is nothing that can stop you. There is nothing that can shake you. Because when you are solid and you are upfront and consistent in that, man, I'm telling you, like when you are so in control of yourself, in control of what you believe in your faith, oh, you make some people uncomfortable. You make the people that aren't really solidified in who they are and what they believe really uncomfortable. Me? Coach Prime said this real serious, and when I say this, I genuinely mean this, and I steal it from him because I really look up to him. I make a lot of people uncomfortable. I make a lot of people uncomfortable because I'm unshakable in who I am and what I feel. But all of that stems because now I have a relationship with God where I know my foundation is secure. My foundation and where I believe and everything that goes is there. And so I know my worth and I know what he's put me on this earth to do. And if somebody else doesn't believe that, it doesn't matter to me. Because he has established what I'm supposed to do on this earth. And the most beautiful thing is what he got for me is what he got for me. It's not for anybody else to tell me I'm supposed to do, right? That's the thing that some people, I believe, need to start to believe, right? Or at least have faith in, right? Have faith that God got you, right? Have faith that no matter what you choose to do and no matter what you want to be in life, he's going to get you through it. And he's going to make sure that he gets you through it, not just easily. There's going to be trials, there's going to be tribulations. No path worth having is going to be easy. But it's really beautiful when you get through there and you see, you know what? Lord, I never doubted you. In the book of Joshua, the walls of Jericho, perfect example. Faith and resiliency, unwavering faith, right? And then let's go back to the book of Job. Talking about faith and loyal, two of the best, Joshua and Job. And those are my two role models, right? Moving right into, this is a little bit of a curveball, right? Toxic positivity and real encouragement. Have you ever had somebody say something supportive, but it's in a dismissive manner, right? It's like, oh, congratulations on your podcast, or congratulations on your promotion, congratulations on your marriage. But what you really truly know and what they truly are saying is, oh, here you go again, something else. It's always about him. It's always about him. And so they're being positive, but internally they really don't mean it, right? When you are structurally and unwavering in your faith or unwavering in who you are, those type of people, they come out of the woodworks. And it is up to you to determine how they impact your life, right? So you got to really understand who's really trying to encourage you and empower you and trying to get you to the next level of who you are supposed to be. Because everybody changes. Everybody evolves. If you're still the same person you were in middle school and in high school, you got to do some self-evaluating. If you are easily shaken and easily maneuvered and easily stirred to go whichever way, you got to do some evaluating. That's on you. That's not on anybody else. And you have to be aware that some people will say some positive stuff, but have ill intentions behind you, right?
Hey, are you looking to reach an engaged and loyal audience? Look no further. Controversy Podcast is your gateway to connecting with listeners who are passionate, informed, and ready to take action. Our audience isn't just listening, they're engaging and growing daily. Here, your brand message will reach the ears of people who matter most to you. From custom ad reads to seamless integration, we make your message a natural part of the conversation. No cookie cutter ads here, just authentic, personalized promotions that resonate with our community. Contact us today. You can find our contact information in the bio, and let's grow together.
Yeah, you got some people that say that, and they're giving you your kudos, but what they're also doing is dismissing the hard work that you are doing. Those are the people you have to be aware of. And you have to trust that God will expose or present them in their true light. Because some people are good at hiding it. And what I tell people that work with me or underneath me or side by me or beside me, right? English is my first language, so I struggle with it, right? When I talk to people, I tell them, listen, in 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days, if I'm not truly this person, you'll be able to tell. Like, because you can't fake it but for so long. So when you have faith and it's unfiltered and it's unwavering, let me tell you something. There's nothing that can shake you. Even false positivity or toxic positivity, right, when it comes to you. So I want to transition out of that into what I really, really want to kind of get on, right? Making space for your faith, right? Now, you don't have to be obnoxious with your faith. You don't have to throw scriptures at people, right? It's cool if you remember the scriptures, that's cool, right? That's on you. And I appreciate people that remember scriptures. But I'm the type of person that I would like you to provide me the scripture and let me go read it. Right? I had this wonderful young lady challenge me, right? She challenged me and asked me to go read Ephesians 6, right? And so before I go to bed tonight, I'll be going to read that book of the Bible. Because it took her challenging me to read that, because myself, I'm talking about marriage and I'm talking about it in the biblical sense, and I didn't have the full spectrum, right? I didn't have the full picture. And for her, instead of just throwing scriptures at me saying, hey, this is what it is, she said, well, I know what it is, but do you know what Ephesians 6 says? And I said, well, no. And she said, well, do me a favor. Go back and read that. And so I said, okay. So now, a few days later, I'm going to read that. I'm going to read the book, right? And I'm going to make sure I read it before I go to sleep, right? Now, it might be audiobook, but I'm going to read it, right? Because she took the time to educate me. Because I'm speaking about something that I may not have the full grasp on. Even if I have 90% of it, there's a 10% that may be valuable. And so when I speak about making space for your faith, sometimes you got to go back and do the research. You got to go back and make time, right? Sunday can't be the only time that you make for God. Wednesday Bible study cannot be the only time that you make for God. Another thing that some people don't understand, prayer does not have to be on both knees at the edge of your bed, looking up, hands folded, praying to God with your eyes closed. Prayer can be essentially in the shower, you just talking to Him. Like, Lord, I appreciate everything that you're doing. I ask that you open my eyes to things that I have not seen. Lord, I ask you to provide me with solid feedback from people that genuinely want to see my growth. Lord, please acknowledge my growth, but then continue to grow me in a place where I need to be nourished. I'm full here. I'm full here, Lord. I'm full here. Please fill my cup in this capacity. Because just because you're full in one cup, we have different things that we have to attack. So you got multiple cups you need to fill. And you can ask the Lord to touch on each one of them, right? We got 7 deadly sins that we can touch on. right? One of mine is pride, right? Zodiac signs exist, right? So I consider myself, and I acknowledge that according to that, I'm a Leo. And they say Leos have a lot of pride, right? And so, to be honest with you, I do, right? So that cup needs to be addressed. So I ask the Lord all the time to help me address my pride in a way that it does not come off egotistical or disrespectful to others. Allow me to be humble, or allow me to be understanding of who I am, but never to the point that I'm attacking somebody. So I ask that you guys make space for your faith, and not just on the designated days that the Bible or your pastor has said. Make space throughout the day. Want to give the young lady another kudos, right? I didn't know the Bible app had plans that can read scriptures and set scriptures aside for you every day. Guess what I'm doing now? I'm listening to different scriptures every day because she educated me on that. And if you don't have the Bible app, go look up the Bible app. I don't have my phone on me, and I don't know the plan by heart, so sorry. But when I get it, don't worry, I'll plug it, right? But they also don't pay me, so you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just joking. But I really appreciate her for putting me on to that, because she didn't have to again. But now I need to make space daily on my way driving to work, or driving around, or on the way to the gym. Guess what? Or while I'm in the gym lifting and clinging to man, because you see the arms, right? I can make space for God in the gym just listening to the scriptures and learning them. So I want to close out, right, by saying this podcast starts with faith without filters, right? And that's you being honest and being open and speaking about your faith in the audience of whoever is present or whoever is not. But also, I wanted this podcast to end with you guys understanding that if you want the Lord in your life, or if you want positivity, or if you want encouragement, and you want true change in your life and a true relationship with God, you have to make space for Him just like He makes space for you. He can't just come to you when you're asking for forgiveness. But what I will tell you is that He is always there, and what God got for you, nobody else can take away from you. So that is really today's episode, right? A short one, about a little 20-minute conversation. But I tell you this much. I love every last one of you. I appreciate every one of you. Congratulations to my nieces and nephews for graduating school. My nephew going off to college. Kudos to him. My little monkey, my little Monkey, right? Shout out to my King. Shout out to Soraya, Samara, Ali. Shout out to Kobe. You know, shout out to all my nieces and nephews because I love them. They are why I wake up, and hopefully one day I can give them a little cousin. But I'm going to keep working. But I end this, and I'm going to put faith in God. I'm going to end this by saying I appreciate all of y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the videos, because it's always controversy when Adrian gets on the camera.
Mistakes, so I rewound it. Been going through it, cause there's no way around it. From the pavement, they can see we sprouted. Don't start power tripping, they call me the power outage. Something bad at rainy days, things up in disarray. Tough times never last, I'ma show you this way. If it's true, then you will never have to shout it. Sit down, and let's talk about it. Sit down.